Hello, orchestra. I hope that you are all doing very well during the school closure and that you are remaining healthy and happy. This is a hard time for everyone, students, families, and teachers alike, but we're getting through this and we can't wait to see you very soon. I want to present to you all some material regarding reading key signatures. Now, reading key signatures is a crucial part of reading and performing music, but once we understand a few basic rules to it, identifying what note choices are appropriate for what piece is pretty simple. Let's get started. All right, so let's begin. Now, instead of always writing sharps or flats throughout a piece, composers use key signatures to indicate which notes should be sharp or flat throughout until another key signature or accidentals are indicated. So we have two lines of music, which are actually note for note the exact same piece of music. Rather than putting sharps and flats on everything throughout the whole thing, we just put two sharps at the beginning, telling us that all Fs are going to be sharp and all Cs are going to be sharp. Now, a lot of these exercises and examples in this slideshow are going to be in treble clef, so violas, cellos, bass players, just bear with us. It all applies to your clef as well. Key signatures are written after the clef at the beginning of a line of music, though they can appear in other places throughout the piece, if, for example, there's a key change. There are 7 sharp key signatures, meaning there are 7 key signatures that utilize sharps in their designation. First one is G major, D major, A, E, B, F sharp major, and C sharp major. Those last two at the bottom are not commonly seen, but they can show up. For key signatures with sharps, the key signature is the note name a half step above the last sharp. So what that means is, if we find, let's say, this common one for us, D major for us string players, this last sharp here is on the C space on treble clef. If you go up a half step up to the next line, this would be the note D, meaning that we are in the key of D major. So whatever sharp is last, go up one half step from that. So for example, if we go down here to E major, this last sharp right here is on the D line. So D, go up a half step from D sharp up to E, and we have the key of E major. That is how we can tell what scale is going to be needed for each piece of music. There are 7 flat key signatures. For each key signature with flats, the key signature is the second to last flat. We'll use B flat major as our example. We find our very last flat that's printed, so going from left to right, B, then E. We're going to take this flat and we're going to go back 1. Whatever flat that is the name of our scale or the name of our key signature. So if we have E flat here, we go to the second to last one, we have B flat. If we jump down to here to G flat major, we go to our very last flat. It's on the C space. So we go C flat, go back 1 flat, and here we have G flat on the G line. This applies to 6 out of the 7 major scales for flats, and we'll get into the one that doesn't follow these rules here. These are key signatures to memorize, and here's where that rule kind of breaks. If there are no sharps or flats in our key signature, we're in the key of C major, has no sharps or flats. If you have 1 flat in the key signature, we are in the key of F major. These 2 key signatures do not abide by those rules that were pointed out earlier. So both these keys are ones that you just have to memorize. Deal with it. All right, I think it's a good place for us to stop for now. Check back into the next video so we can continue.